All right, I'm approaching a huge, wide, deep portion of this creek, and I'm approaching it from below. I don't want to approach it from the high bank because the trout will see me, and I want to approach it from one of the banks because I don't want to spook something into the middle. So I'm coming up right behind it, and you can see how slow I'm walking. I'm not sure if you can also see, there's a bunch of little fry everywhere, right? All these tiny little fries that are just hatched, feeding back here away from the deep part because I'm hoping they know that there's big fish in there. I'm just slowly walking up here, not to cause any disturbance. And I'm just observing this hole. Just kind of see if anything's moving. There's some rising here. That could potentially be a fall fish or a creek chub or a shiner of some sort. They will occasionally hit the surface. But at this particular moment, I don't see any trout on this tail end portion. Now that was a trout that just rose. So my choices here, I have a traditional nymphing rig on. They're hitting the surface, so I'll observe this a little bit more as I slowly creep up into this hole. I don't want to re-rig quite yet, but if they continue to rise, I'll probably throw on a dry fly or so. So my plan is I'm going to break this whole hole up into sections. So I'm going to call this section the first section, and I'm going to cast straight down towards here and then move my way over. It looks very slow drifting, so I'm not sure how fast my flies are going to drift back towards me, but I'm going to give this a shot. I'll probably go 10 more feet before I stop. I think through the glare I can see some trout right through this line here, so I'll probably just chill out for a second. It's getting a little deep too, and I'll make my first cast. Well, there's fish rising up there too. You probably can't see it, but it's right where those tiny little riffles start. Try not to hit the surface with my fly until I land it, but there we go. And just let that drift right on through. It is a slow drift. Almost looks like it's not drifting at all. Huh. This probably would be a fantastic hole for dry fly. There are fish rising up there. Heavily rising. Let's just drift this on through. See what happens. Let's cast a little bit further up there. Continue my walk up because I haven't really seen anyone near me. There we go. Just kind of let that drift right on through. So the advantage to drifting this slow is any sort of movement of that indicator basically is going to be seen. The disadvantage is the trout. When they look at that fly, it is drifting very, very slow. So they can go right up to it, see, oh, that doesn't look like it's a real one, and then they pass on. So that's the disadvantage. Let's try this. Get my flies way up into this. Drift it on down. Huh. Something took it. Not sure what. Let's try this again. That could have been bottom. Let's just drift this right on through here. Alright. Got something. Looks like a nice trout. Alright. Whoa. Alright, I'm not gonna lose this, so I'm gonna come up with it. I'm gonna work it. Try to come towards it here. Because I do not want to lose this fish. Looks like a decent one. It's a decent fish. I don't want too much pressure on it. Whoa. This thing is working me. Don't get over there. Don't get over there. Don't get over there by those bushes. Ah, yes. Just got to tire this guy out without pulling that hook out. Get my net. Oh, wasn't ready. It is head shaking like crazy. Ah, come on. Ah, stay away from that. This is a very interesting fish. Hasn't come to the surface. That was the first time it came to the surface. I'm just trying to keep my rod tip down. Okay. Oh. It has a lot of energy. At some point, it's going to want to come in. Oh God, what in the heavens? That is a nice brown. I was so close. The stress level of an angler that's so close to netting its fish and then it takes off is just wild. Wild feeling. There we go. That is a nice brown trout. It's a nice trout right there. Looks like it took that pheasant tail. Yep, perfect. That is a close one. It's a nice fish. this guy back in the water a little bit. There we go. It's gorgeous. Let's do an underwater release here.